Of all the people you think would need to be thieves, A-list celebrities must be pretty low down on that list, right? Well, think again. For who knows what reason, there's a long list of celebrities who just can't help themselves when it comes to taking what they want and not paying for it, even though they're ridiculously rich. From Miley Cyrus to Kanye West, it seems like most celebrities have stolen in one way or another. So, with that established, let's take a look at some of the most prominent celebrities who turned out to be thieves. Amy Schumer. Comedian Amy Schumer is well known for saying outrageous stuff, but she also claims to have stolen an outrageous amount of stuff during her adolescence. In a GQ article, Schumer claims to have stolen around $100,000 worth of items like bathing suits and makeup. Her stealing habit became grand larceny in college when she discovered a department store where you could steal items and then return them for no cash, no questions asked, or receipt needed. The comedian claims to have only stolen from large chain stores and did it for the rush rather than for the money. Schumer was arrested for shoplifting from Bloomingdale's when she was 21, which forced her to give up her stealing habit. Who knows how long it would have gone on if she wasn't caught. Miley Cyrus. Earlier in 2019, news came out about Miley Cyrus's collaboration with Planned Parenthood and Marc Jacobs, and many of Miley's fans were pretty thrilled about it. Things took a nasty turn, however, when Miley posted an image on her Instagram account of her licking a cake that reads, "Abortion is healthcare." The Wrecking Ball star was soon called out by Becca Ray Holloway, who goes by the name @TheSweetFeminist on Instagram. Becca claimed that the cake shown was an exact replica of a cake that she had designed in May 2018, and that Miley had not acquired permission to use her design. Not exactly the reason I thought this was going to be controversial, but still. Miley soon apologized for the theft and said that she would credit the artist, but as of June 5th, 2019, there still appears to be no credit for the artist on Miley's original post. What do you think about this one? Is Miley in the right, or should the cake artist just cut her some slack? Britney Spears. Unless you were living under a pretty large rock in the mid-2000s, you'd probably have noticed that Britney was having a little bit of a meltdown at that time. She shaved her head, danced with snakes, and even kissed Madonna during this turbulent period, but she became particularly under fire in November 2007 when Hustler, an adult store in Los Angeles, accused her of stealing a wig. The wig stealing moment came after an incident that started because Spears wasn't allowed to try on underwear in-store for hygiene reasons. This sparked off a tantrum during which Spears took off her own underwear and put on the risky underwear in the middle of the store. Spears was forced to pay for the underwear and was then told to leave the store. On her way out, she snatched a wig from a mannequin and walked out of the store without paying for it. The police then arrived and escorted her from the scene. Britney didn't face any charges in the end and only had to pay for the wig, but these antics place her in a long line of celebrities who just can't help getting that five-finger discount. Lindsay Lohan. In 2011, Lindsay Lohan, who has also had her fair share of public meltdowns, was charged with stealing a $2,500 necklace from a jewelry store in LA. She had been behaving erratically, reportedly offering the shopkeeper $3,000 for a $3,600 ring, which the shopkeeper refused. The star then allegedly walked out of the store wearing an expensive gold necklace that she didn't pay for. Lohan denied the charges, but was pictured wearing the exact necklace in paparazzi images taken around a month later. The piece was eventually returned, but the charges were still pressed, and Lohan ended up pleading guilty to stealing the necklace. She initially faced 120 days in prison, but her sentence was reduced to 2 weeks house arrest in her luxury beach apartment. In more recent news, Lohan reportedly posted a live video in which she attempted to snatch a child from a Syrian family and was punched in the face by the child's mother. See, justice can be swift after all. Winona Ryder. In December 2001, Stranger Things star Winona Ryder gave the celebrity press a field day when she filled up her arms with around $6,000 worth of clothing from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills and walked out of the store with seemingly no intention of paying. She was instantly apprehended by security and later convicted for the crime. She claims that the reason behind it was that she wanted to take a break from acting, and this gave her the space to do so. Winona is still pretty unrepentant about the incident, claiming that it wasn't the crime of the century. At the time, she was sentenced to 3 years supervised probation, ordered to do 480 hours of community service, and fined a total of $2,700. Even if it's not the crime of the century, crime is still crime, and it's nice to be reminded that celebrities aren't entirely above the law.
Melania Trump. When Melania Trump came to the White House as the First Lady of the United States, she had some pretty big shoes to fill. Her predecessor, Michelle Obama, had been very popular and loved by many. So Melania decided to take a leaf out of her book. And by that I mean she stole the whole book and plagiarized a speech from it. As you can see from various visual and textual comparisons of the two speeches,
because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
it's really obvious that Melania stole Michelle's speech almost word for word. How did she expect to get away with that? Who knows? But as far as high-profile stealing goes, this case went all the way to the top. O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, or The Juice as he was once known, probably should have gone down for a different, more heinous crime in 1994, but it turned out that this was the one that would eventually see him put away. The crime was armed robbery, which was committed in an attempt to retrieve what Simpson claimed were his personal belongings from a sports memorabilia seller. Simpson organized the exchange, which was supposed to be a purchase, but ended up bringing a mob of 6 or 7 friends, one of whom had a firearm, to take the memorabilia pieces back by force. Simpson was detained and faced 2 charges of robbery with the use of a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit robbery, burglary with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and coercion. In 2008, he was convicted and sentenced to 33 years imprisonment, with a minimum of 9 years without parole. He was released on October 1st, 2017, and since then has been sending some weirdly threatening DMs on Twitter. Kanye West. Kanye has taken a lot of heat over the past few years for his copying and plagiarism, though mainly in his fashion work rather than his music. A 2018 Yeezy campaign photo shoot was singled out by the Instagram page Diet Prada, which specializes in stealing in the fashion world because it bore a striking resemblance to a 2015 photo series by artist RYDER MINISSI. The evidence is pretty clear, although some of the images aren't suitable for display here. The irony of it is that the original series was created by MINISSI as a way to deal with sexual assault, where the Yeezy campaign is extremely sexualized. Kanye is also being sued by a camouflage pattern company called Jordan Outdoor Enterprises for stealing a trademark pattern of theirs without licensing for his Season 5 Yeezy collection. Kanye has defended himself by tweeting that too much emphasis is put on originality and that all great artists take an update. While a lot of people love Kanye, it would probably be better if he stuck to making great music rather than stealing the designs of other artists. Or am I wrong? Let me know what you think in the comments. Beyonce. It's dangerous to poke the Bayhive because you might get stung by 10,000 angry Twitter users, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Back in 2010, an Icelandic fashion company called E-Label claimed that Beyonce had stolen their design for a pair of leggings. The company claimed that Beyonce purchased a pair from their London Topshop concession the previous year, after which they saw a near-identical pair appear in the photo campaign for House of Darion, a fashion label started by Beyonce herself. Helba Hotskrimstotic, co-owner of E-Label, said that what Beyonce did was practically just copy-paste. Looking at both the designs, it seems pretty suspicious to me. Beyonce has also been known to steal choreography. The video for her song Countdown appears to have been lifted from Belgian choreographer Anna Teresa de Kiersmaker. Beyonce seems to take inspiration from a lot of places, but it seems strange that an artist of her magnitude is so unwilling to credit her artistic sources. It's been difficult seeing all these acts of thievery go unpunished, so as an honorable mention, let's look at a copyright case that was settled in court with a high price tag. The year 2013 saw Pharrell and Robin Thicke release their controversial hit, Blurred Lines, to great commercial success, but by 2018 the song had become the centerpiece of a high-profile copyright case brought up by the family of Marvin Gaye, who claimed that the song is remarkably similar to Marvin Gaye's 1977 hit, Got to Give It Up.
The case was eventually resolved and the family of Marvin Gaye won $5.3 million and 50% of future royalties on Blurred Lines. You can make your own mind up on whether the songs are similar enough to warrant a payout of that size, but I personally think they do, and the song sounds much more like Marvin Gaye than it does any of Pharrell or Robin Thicke's previous work. In the end, the name of the song seems pretty fitting as an analysis of copyright law. And now for our richest and most accomplished creative thief, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is the world's youngest, supposedly self-made billionaire. But how much did she have to steal to get there? Quite a lot, it turns out. There's even a whole article on Distractify dedicated to ideas Kylie stole and passed off as her own. Perhaps the most prominent examples here are the work that Kylie has stolen from Vlada Haggerty, an LA-based makeup artist. The iconic dripping lips logo from Kylie Cosmetics was obviously lifted from Vlada's Instagram, and other images from her feed were also copied directly onto Kylie's Instagram with no credit whatsoever. Further to that, an image from a shoot worked on by Vlada was blatantly copied and used for one of Kylie's promotional campaigns. It's not difficult to see the influence in this one. Vlada captioned the post by saying, "Haven't you got enough inspiration from me already?" Vlada sued, and as with so many of these cases, it was settled out of court. These are just two examples from a list of copyright infringements by the makeup mogul, and I suspect there will be more to come. I never knew you could get away with stealing so much and then become famous. Have you ever had someone steal your work and pass it off as their own? Are there any celebrity thieves I've missed out? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.